So, welcome to our webinar. And first of all, please tell me why you're here. What are your expectations from our work?
To have a good relationship with our students.
And what problems do you have?
So far, I only have 2 students and I don't have problems with it.
Oh, wonderful. It's just for the future.
Yes. They feel at ease with me.
Right. And Olive, what about you? Am I right?
Yeah,
Announcing your name?
yeah, that's correct. Well, I have only one student, and I don't have any problem with her.
That's great. So we are going to get ready for the future in case some problems
Yeah.
students come, because sometimes teachers complain. There are really difficult cases. And have you had any time to watch the pre-workshop webinar? Sorry, I don't hear you.
I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
No.
I've watched it, but it was, I think, 3 weeks ago now.
Uh-huh. Right. So we need to revise something. And Anne, what about you?
I finished it also 2 to 3 weeks ago.
Okay, great. Then let me share the screen with you and let's begin our work. So once again, you're most welcome at our webinar. Can you see well the screen? Good. So, well, the information about me you saw in the webinar, and let's discuss a couple of rules which you know all pretty well. So I'll only repeat that you need to submit your first workshop task within 7 days. Yes, and we'll discuss it during the webinar, what it will be like. And of course, your active participation is very, very important for us. Okay, so, and this is our agenda today. First, we'll revise quickly the webinar. We'll talk about the filters which influence learning process, and then we'll proceed with practice. And what effective filters do you remember from the webinar? What influences teacher-student relationship? I don't hear you, sorry. You can switch on your microphones actually, because not many people here. Do you remember at least one?
Motivation.
Motivation, yes. Then
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence and
Anxiety.
Yes, these are 3 main filters which can affect the atmosphere in the classroom negatively. So, and how do they affect the learning? What do you think? How do students feel if they're not motivated, not self-confident and anxious?
They are not confident, and I think they do not trust the teacher also.
Yes, right, absolutely right.
Maybe the student feel bored.
Yes.
Student experience stress.
Right. And during the webinar, let's revise some strategies. What can you do to make the situation less acute, if less critical, if your student lacks motivation? Hello, welcome to the webinar. So here you see some strategies to help students find their motivation. Which one do you find useful?
I think the provide students with opportunities to select topics. Maybe it would be useful because different people, different interests. So if they are interested in the topic, maybe they will really join talking. They would be interested to learn.
That's right. Right, you are. Anything to add, ladies? Okay, then our next is anxiety, the next filter that can prevent successful learning. And actually, from the webinar, I hope you remember that language anxiety can have a lot of sources. Yes. Which of them do you think is the most common among adult students?
This one, the fear of appearing awkward, foolish, and even for children, they're also the same.
Yes.
Confident in the eyes of others.
Right. Anything to add? And of course, the question is what to do. And my question will be the same. Please. Here you can see some strategies of dealing with anxiety. Which of them do you find effective, most effective, least effective?
Think of the way you talk with students and ensure your body language is friendly.
Right. Olive?
Foster a growth mindset.
How do you understand it?
We set the goal for the student so that the student mindset is about his goal.
Right, right. And the student believes that he or she, they can achieve something, yes? That they're in for growth, for development, and they can do what they couldn't do before, probably. Right? Sorry, and your name is Dana?
Dina, yes, ma'am.
Dana. So, anything to add? You're most welcome. Right. And the last,
I think help students not to be afraid of making errors.
How can we do it?
By means of, I mean, that's why we do a warm up so that we make sure that they can, wait, I'm sorry, ma'am. Wait, no, don't go there. Anak, saglit lang anak ko. I'm sorry for that, ma'am.
That's okay, that's okay. Yes,
my baby, I'm so sorry. That's why we do warm up so that we can start with in a friendly talk with our student, and they will become more comfortable with you as your teacher.
Definitely, absolutely. And the last filter is self-confidence. There are many things which influence self-confidence. And again, which one do you think is the most prominent one?
They establish social image and respect. So we have to respect student and teacher relationship should respect each other.
Yes, that's very
so
important.
that we can with that we can build self-confidence together with the student.
That's right. Right. And
well,
yes.
some also has a learning from others experience. So they heard from their friends who are also studying English that oh, it's not nice to learn because the teacher are, so strict. So of course she would have she himself the student itself cannot have the self-confidence to talk or to study.
That's right. And also in the webinar, you could see characteristics of adult learners' English learning. Yes, how attribution influences them, how settings and attitudes influence them. So this will help you understand your students better. And we go to strategies. And the question is the same. Which one do you find most effective?
Always say, I believe in you.
Yes.
Okay,
What-
set lower learning goals.
Mhm.
So follow the order from simple to difficult. If the difficult, he really cannot achieve it, so just stay put on where he can achieve it.
Yes.
And you could easily determine if the student can do it. So yes, at the end of the lesson, you can say, same with Olive, I believe in you that you can do it, so that he will be motivated in studying his homework. So in the long run, he would not really noticing that he is improving.
And also, criticism is better than no criticism at all. Because at the end of the lesson, you should say to the student what they're going to improve to, so that they know, and yeah, they will know what to do.
That's right. But for us, it's very important that criticism is what? Factual. How do you understand it?
Criticism, I think you should use it in a positive way.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
And when we talk about some specific case, yes, not in general. You should work on your speaking because it's not very fluent, but specifically here, you did this and it would be better if you could do like that. Yes, this both positive and negative feedback is great when it's specific.
Mhm.
Right. So any questions on our webinar?
No.
And then now we are going to work as one beautiful group. And here is our task. Just a second. I'll share my screen again. Oh, I can't find it. Here it is. So now I'm not going to talk at all because this is your group work, and usually I divide it into rooms where you can discuss everything. Now we will have this one wonderful room all together. So what group would you like to be? Group 1, group 2, group 3?
Whatever.
One. You're always the first.
Anyway,
Group.
there are only
One
one
group.
group.
One group.
One group. Yes, the best. The one and the only. So first task will be for you to discuss. We have discussed which strategy is the most effective, but maybe you can add something and then speak about the least effective strategy. And again, tell why. After that, share what strategies have you used. And here to help you, you can move. Actually, I'll send you a link to this document so that you could open it as well. Here you have all the strategies for all the effective filters. Yes, in our chat, you'll have the link. So it's more convenient for you.
One.
Please check if the link is working.
It is.
It is. Great.
It is working.
So you can use your own document, yes, and let's discuss. So is the first task clear? you want, I can disappear. Like this.
I
Yeah,
think for me, teach the most effective one, the most effective method that I used in my class was providing students with opportunities to select topics.
Me too.
Mm.
Me too.
Like for example, one of my student was preferred to talk about cultures because he's 62 years old now. So I gave him opportunity to have a topic about cultures, and he seemed so interested. And after our lesson, he gave me a rating that says that he likes about our lesson about that day. So I guess that's effective for me because he enjoys our lesson.
I think for a 62-year-old, that is the most effective way because I think if you give them something that has an instruction,
Yes.
I think he will not be comfortable with that
Yes.
because he knows well. He's 62, he's well
Yes.
experienced. Yes. So better give him a time to select the topic, and then what else? And then let him talk about his experience, and he will
Yes.
be really enjoying it.
And one more thing, don't stick on the material alone.
Yes.
Just use mixed material so that it will be appropriate to the learning of the student.
Especially if he knows how to speak English. If he knows
Yes.
already, except
Yes.
for an adult, which I have an
Yeah.
adult which is 24 years old, hardly
Yes.
could, hardly could speak, but she really wanted to learn. That's why we
Learn.
stick on the material, and then I just ask her if she understands the vocabulary words. If she says,
Yes.
maybe no, maybe yes, I
Mhm.
explain it to her. Or unlike the other one who is so smart, she really studies her lesson, so you can go on anything, even though she's
Yes.
still a beginner.
That's right.
Yeah. I agree also. And also if the student choose the topic, the student will be very interested on the topic, and the student will keep on speaking about the topic. He will say a lot of
Yeah.
things about it. And then I think the least effective here is making students feel they have some control over their learning journeys.
Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
Me too.
That is the list.
It should be, it still should be the teacher should have the
Yes,
control
yes.
over the student, not the student.
Why?
Yeah, that's right.
Why?
It's if you have an adult student who knows how to already speak English, or who already knows how to speak, and he just wanted to have somebody to talk with, maybe you can talk anything under the sun as long as you practice.
And also, some of my students prefer for me to take control, to have some control in my in our lesson. Yes, like for example, I asked the student, do you have anything to add or include in our topic that is not included in today's lesson? And he or she replied that it's up to me. So the control is on the teacher.
Yeah, it should be always with the teacher.
It's always
Yes.
with the teacher. So that you can also have to control the time.
Yes. Yes.
And the topic you are going to discuss, you really have to control it.
Yes.
Excellent, amazing. Now, question 2. You can take some time, for example, 2-3 minutes to go again over all the strategies and choose those which you could recommend, or maybe you can add something that works with your students.
Mhm.
Okay. I think this one, the strategy, students are not afraid to make errors. If the student is already comfortable with the teacher, uh, even though he makes mistake, he is confident that
Mhm.
you can correct it in a nice way and he will accept it.
Yes, that's right.
And then this one, comprehensible input. If you use a simple language, something like
Yes.
grade
Mhm.
your language, something like that. Okay, he will not be afraid to
Mhm.
express his feelings or say what's in his mind because uh, he understands already what you are saying, so he can answer it.
That's right. Uh,
Mhm.
I
And
I
if
would,
think.
this and if the student is a low learner, we can talk
Mhm.
with the student with our body language.
Yes,
And
we have to
especially,
use.
yes,
Mhm. Yes.
no
Mhm.
matter what age he is, the body language is
Yes.
really very important. The TPR
Mhm.
is really very
TPR. Yes. Mhm. Me too. Me too.
yeah,
You
I
need to
agree also.
be. You need to rephrase your instruction.
important.
Yes. So that the student, especially the low learners, want to understand what the instructions uh, says.
And this one, that direct your attention away from self-centered. So if he is a warrior, there are
Mm-hmm.
some people who is a warrior. Let him feel confident that it's there's no problem if you make mistake. That's
Mm-hmm.
making mistake is letting you how you will grow from your
Yes.
mistakes.
Mm-hmm. And also is the way we talk with students and our body language are friendly. So if the student will see that, oh, that my teacher is so friendly, so maybe I should not be afraid, or she or he will be more motivated because the student knows that, oh, my teacher is very friendly like that. So she will not afraid to speak up and
Mm-hmm.
share something
Yes.
and ask if she or he have any problem with the questions or the instructions. So it's easy for him to get along with the teacher.
Mhm. That's right. Right, you are. So, anything to add here, or shall we go to the next task?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, our next task is listening. First of all, you're going to listen to a situation in the classroom, a problematic situation. Group for group one, yes? Let's choose all the same listening for group one. And after you finish listening, let's discuss how to solve this problem. What problem is and how to solve it. Begin, please. You're most welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what's the main problem in the classroom?
They don't meet they don't meet eye to eye, the teacher and the student. I think the student is in a bad mood with the teacher. They are both having a bad day.
Mhm.
And I think the teacher doesn't have a friendly tone voice.
Yes.
That's why the student feels criticized. But I don't know what happened before that, so I didn't really hear
Mm-hmm.
what.
Mhm. Yeah.
So that's
What
why
happened before
maybe
them?
yeah. But I should say that it's always the student who's correct in
Yes.
the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the teacher who is more experienced should adjust to
Mm-hmm.
the student. Yeah, the students really pissed off until she just closed it, end the
Mm-hmm.
conversation.
Yeah, and then then argue to the student.
Yes, that's the
Don't
number
argue
one thing.
anymore.
Yeah,
Don't argue.
something like the customer is always right. So
Mhm. You have to be silent
yeah.
and let the student talk and rant.
Anyway, she's
Mhm.
already complaining. So why
Mhm.
should you? The more she will
Mhm.
complain.
Yes. Mhm. Mhm.
He will even write to the management. He doesn't like my
Mhm.
teacher.
Right, so you've identified the problem very well. Now, please look through the strategies.
Mhm.
Now, on all 3 pages, yes, and find strategies which can help us solve the problem.
Where will we find it?
Identify.
Mhm.
That's why in the very at the very beginning of our lesson, when we first meet the student, we used Aloha lesson. And in Aloha lesson, there is a slide that includes or you ask the student how they prefer to be corrected by the teacher, right? So you have to ask your student how they want to be corrected. Is it right after they say their thought, right? Or if they prefer to be corrected by all their mistakes. So it is very important. So not all students wants to be corrected right
Uh,
after they
but
made a
but
mistake.
okay. But I think
Mhm.
there are some teachers. They just handle the student just now. So
Yeah.
maybe the reason why he doesn't have first 3 pages of the Aloha lesson so that she can really discuss what is her
Mhm.
goal, how could she be corrected, the
Mhm.
homework, and etc. etc. Maybe it should be part of it when it is your first time student
Yes.
and the student is not her first time. And then so that it would be easier for you to analyze the problems that have been
Mhm.
incurred during the lesson.
Mm. Yeah, that's
Right.
why we need to have always have a
Yeah.
friendly environment with the student. So don't let any strict or and have a formal classroom.
Mhm.
You're something like not a teacher and a student relationship. We're as if we're just talking. We're
Yes.
talking and then what do you call this? You're just talking and then you just have to correct her. Oh, maybe you should say something like this at the end of the
In a friendly way.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And no stressful environment for the student also.
Mhm.
Mhm.
That's right. Anything else you can offer in this situation? Then we continue with our presentation. Just a second, please. Mhm. And I'll share my screen. And also in the webinar, you had this very big slide where there are a lot of strategies, additional strategies, specific, those were more general ones, and these ones are more specific. And I offer you now to spend some time going over them, to ask your questions, to comment on them, like what can be interesting for you to try or you have used. And for some strategies, if you want, I can show how to use them using our platform. Can you see well? Any questions so far? Okay, then the next row, 2 rows. Any questions on the strategies? Anything unclear here?
So
Then what strategy have you liked, or it has been new for you?
Actually, for
Of course, they
since
know.
I have two new students, the other one is learner. The other one is a fast learner. The fast learner, I just this afternoon, I happened to give her already the project progress check, and now we added another goal on her, another main goal. We added main goal and another second goal to start with, and she's okay. But the only problem is she can speak. She can. She doesn't have that very good. What do you call this? Very good pronunciation, but you can understand her. So I taught her how to read by chunking the words.
Yes.
So that, like Copenhagen, there is a word Copenhagen a while ago. So I told her, you can chunk it, and then after chunking it, then read it slowly and then fast. And then, and this person is, she's very studious and she really follows instructions. So on our next lesson by next week, I would see her improvement again on that part.
Great. Actually, we
But-
decided. Sorry. Please continue.
But the other one, I don't know when will I give her a progress check, because she can, but still she's relying on her cell phone on what do you call this? Interpretation of the English word to Arabic, so that that's the time she can answer.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Excuse
please.
me, Teacher Anne.
Yes.
How did you do the progress check? I'm sorry, I'm just new in this.
When
in this yes.
we and Olive attended a workshop that says
Oh.
there is a part there you have to make
Mhm.
progress check. The progress check is very easy. It's just like if you have achieved the goal, the main and the minor goal, if you have achieved it, and then you will add again another, if she needs another goal to add on it, because it's not only for herself, so it's growing. It's growing
Okay.
the goals, so that's how you do.
Can we use it in a different levels of student?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
After every 4 to 6 lessons, you have to do it.
oh, okay. So is it It is found in our
Or-
material.
Yes, but
Yeah,
for
it is
me,
there.
the
Okay.
other student who is a slow learner, maybe it's we're already on the 6th lesson. I
Mhm.
am not sure if I will already give it to her because I do not the she's good, but the
Mhm.
progression is slow.
Okay.
I want her to master it first. That's why I keep going back to the lesson so that at least she knows how to do it. Once she
Okay.
masters it, you can, and you can release it to another lesson.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I think here it is. This is general English, yes, and this is progress check.
Yeah, that one. That's
Oh,
correct.
general English. Okay.
Yes. When
You have to
you
click that.
get in there, you can see this scheme. Yes, with
Mhm.
them where you can set aims with your lesson. First of all, you choose the aim. For example, you have already it for work, for yourself. Then you
Mhm.
formulate your goal. Yes. And this is how
Okay.
you work. And there is special course in
Oh.
our account, teacher's account,
Mhm.
yes, where it's called My Studies or something like that, where you can study it. It's called like this progress check.
Okay.
By the way, speaking about progress with the students who don't see it, here you can use syllabus quiz.
Mhm.
The way I understand it, for example, you can ask the student before the unit, what can you tell about parental control, family dynasty, about this grammar, about that grammar? And they, of course, answer you nothing. Then you finish the whole unit and ask them the same questions again.
That's it. You can also do it
Oh.
that way. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, we're new.
Yes.
Okay.
That can help them see their progress, yes. Because so far I'm sure they can say nothing about digital train, DNA tasting, food myths, yes, and grammar there. But after the 4 units, you ask them again, and voila.
Oh, I see. Mhm.
Right. Any other questions, please? Maybe you have your own cases you'd like to discuss. Diana, I asked ladies, but what about you? Do you
Come
have
again,
any
ma'am?
questions?
None so far, ma'am.
Actually, this thing and the this page, it's really very very helpful.
I have it in the handout, so it's not like this, it's written, and you'll be able to use it. I hope it will help you.
Mhm.
Okay. And now let's discuss our post-workshop task. Here it is, can you see? So first of all, you write your name, then you specify the time when you are going to use one of the strategies. And here there are some strategies. You can use one or several of them. And after you have done it, you submit your post-workshop task. Any questions on this task? Maybe I was a little bit quick. So if you have any questions, you can always write to me. Yes, I'll be happy to answer you. So the link to all this is already posted in our chat in Skype. So, ladies, what is your takeaway?
It's how we deal with people. How you deal with, it's not only a student, but anyone, anybody. Because if you teach, if you happen to, what do you call this? Consider your student a student and not a friend or your a friend or your what do you call it? A colleague. So you level. Because teacher and sometimes you will feel, oh, I'm the teacher, you're just my student, and something like that. But sometimes you have to reiterate that you are in authority.
I always have a harmonious relationship with the student. So it will
Yeah.
be easy for the student and also for the teacher to set the goal and to follow the student always with the teacher. Always have
Yes.
a harmonious relationship with them.
Yes. Mhm.
Really important. Okay, anything to add? Okay, and let's summarize. Here you can see a summary, and there are different strategies how we can reduce negative filter. Which one do you like the most?
Number 2.
Number 2, yes, that's your favorite.
Number 3 for me.
Yeah, 3 also for me.
Mhm.
That's right. Any questions? Well then, thank you so much for being here, for being so wonderfully active, for sharing your experience. I really value it. It was such a great time listening to you, having a conversation with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're
so much also,
welcome.
ma'am.
Thank you. See you
Goodbye.
again. Bye
See you again.
bye.
Hope to see you again. Goodbye.
Bye, ma'am.